It feels like Christmas in here. So we have owned the original OG Skylight for over a year now and love it. And now Skylight is making my Christmas dreams come true because they sent us the Max. So let's unbox it and talk about it. Pros, cons, all the things.
But spoiler alert, the Skylight calendar is the parenting assistant you didn't know you needed, so you can try it for yourself by clicking the link in the description box below or scanning the QR code right here on the screen.
But in all seriousness, this has been on our wish list because we've loved our other Skylight so much. Ultimately, they are an expensive piece of tech, but if you use them appropriately, they are worth every penny. And that's what I've always told people. If you're gonna get one, if you can make it through the honeymoon phase and you actually use it, this thing is a tool in your parental, even just organization arsenal that is so helpful. And it's gotten even better over the year plus that we've owned our other one. So I can't wait to see what they do next. Da, da, da. Love it. Goodbye stress, hello organization. But let's get this unboxed, go through everything that's in it, and then I'm gonna call in the hubs to put it up because he is way better at those sorts of things than I am. We know our strengths, that is his, and I am a very good supervisor. Oh, she's beautiful. Okay, so we've got the Max itself. You've got the lovely film that we will peel off, but in a little bit. I don't want to peel that off until we've got it on the wall yet. I'm gonna lay it somewhere careful so I don't break it. Inside of the box, you have 2 smaller boxes. Actually, I take that back, 3 smaller boxes. So the first one is the mount, and it comes with the quick start guide. It's got your installation, and then also you can leave them a review. Tell them some thoughts. What you thought, what you liked, what you didn't like, all those things. So you've got your mount, so you can mount it vertically. Tells you how to do that. And then if you flip it over, tells you how to mount it horizontally. So it is very easy instructions, like literally telling you, okay, do this, do this, do this. Super step-by-step, super user-friendly. I know our other one, when I got it out of the box, it was insanely easy to put together. And we love our other Skylight. And so it has moved on upstairs now that this beauty has arrived. And it's gonna be right here. So I'm gonna take the Christmas tree down. I have to find a new spot for that. But it is gonna go right here and be in our kitchen, which is our family hub, which is a perfect location. If you have a little desk area that's a command center, you could do that. You could put it in if you have a home office and you're kind of working more out of that space. If you're homeschooling, you do a homeschool room, that sort of thing. Whatever space that feels great for a command center, and they come in a lot of sizes, which is great. So you've got the monster Max that we're gonna put on the wall that is 27 inches, but they also make a 15 inch. So if you want something a little bit smaller, more laptop-y size, you can totally do that. Both of them can be mounted on the wall, whether it's the small or the large size, so it can virtually go anywhere. It doesn't have to take up counter space. If you're like, my counter space is precious, I don't wanna lose that, you don't have to lose it. So we've got the mount, and it literally comes with a level in it. Like, you don't even have to get a level. It has a level. How cool is that? And inside of that, you've got your little blue box of hardware. So this little lovely Christmas present, I'm gonna leave hubby to do. Box number 2. This is going to be your power box. So it is quite simple. It's your outlet. You're just plugging this in. You've got the cable that goes into the back of the Skylight itself. So we have power either over here, right behind this box, or right behind our curtain here, straight down. So we're gonna put it here, put it vertical, and then run it down. Gonna get some of the little command strips, so it'll keep some little cord management going. The little hooks like you use for Christmas lights, the little things that go on the wall. So I'm gonna run that and run it down behind the curtain, so it's hidden. But we've got that all ready to go. So she is ready to be powered up, which is fantastic. And then box number 3 is the frame. So these, if you've seen the new fancy smancy magnetic frame TVs, same premise. So these are gonna go on the sides, and literally it just magnetizes to the frame. Sorry, I have to hide my face so the camera will focus on the pieces, but These are awesome. I'm so excited. So we're gonna get these, or get it up on the wall. And then we can put the frame on it, and then we can fire this puppy up, because I've not meal planned this week, and I want to show you that feature because it's fantastic. We need to do chores, so we're going to show you that and just kind of walk through some of our favorite steps and how to use the Skylight to as many options as you possibly can and how helpful. So let's jump into it. But first I got to clean this box up. I live here. We can't just walk away from this. Oh, you found the stuff I threw on the floor, didn't you? There's that too.
When it comes to the installation of this, it's not very hard. We've got a installation guide, which we're gonna go with this one right here, the vertical mount, not the horizontal. We just like that. So literally gonna tape this up, drill a hole, and then we'll use the mount as the guide. We'll get this set, then we'll check the other three, mark them with a pencil, drill with a hole, pop this piece in for the sheetrock, and it's got the screws. All of this came with the unit, which is really cool. And then for everybody that likes to read, we got this beautiful features, but we also have a step-by-step installation instruction guide right here. And it looks like just about the only tools we need is a drill and a hammer. So that's what we're gonna do. So we know we have a stud right here because the light switch is attached to it. Let there be light. So we're just gonna line this one up so I can have 2 screws in a stud. We'll put 2 holes in the sheetrock and we'll have a lot of stability. All right, so I talked to Ashley earlier first before figuring out where we want this. That should be it. Let me set it up right there. Low sound, no wood. High sound, wood. Let's do it. All right, we're just gonna test this one out, get it straight, mark the holes with a pencil. I wanna make sure that that is a stud, should be. Yeah, that's a stud. I'm gonna grab my pencil, make sure that it's perfection. That lined up perfectly. So it's all like, woo! Tell me there's a stud there too.
So you don't go too far. You want to go too far? No.
Weird spot that's got a stud in just 2 perfect spaces. Did they build this house specifically for this?
No.
You take that, boom, push all the stuff back in it. Take this and bada bing, bada boom. That was easy. Okay, now a really nice feature about this is that it does have this little cavity back here, specifically to hold any excess cable. So I've done a little rough measure, and just about every measurement I do is rough, so I'm just gonna boom, boom, boom. I do that one-handed. It's always weird doing stuff one-handed. I don't even know. Okay, cool. All right, one-handed. Boop, boop. I'll pop that there. And make that go above and beyond. All right, so that's gonna go over the side. Ta-da! Sweet. Now I get to add this little frame here. I'll do this one and the side. Boop. Here you go, Lisa.
I want to do 2.
There you go. And
I'm going to do this one.
boop. Boop. That looks good. All right, let's give this a shot. I know Ashley isn't here, but we're gonna go to our Wi-Fi. We're gonna type in the password. All right, scan this QR code, get your activation code in the app. I'm just gonna open the app, Skylight, add. I have my own Skylight device. It's a calendar. I'm gonna select a device and just link to that one. Link device. Name the calendar you want to link to. Activate device. Enter the activation code. Turn it on, connect to Wi-Fi, enter the code. There it is. Set your time zone. All right. Well, seeing as it is 7:14, I think that's the Chicago one. Okay, no, oh, I did the right one. All right. We got it. And now we have our beautiful Skylight calendar.
Those of you on the internet fam have seen us using our Skylight for going on 2 years now. And so I wanted to share some of the reasons that made us actually press the buy button for our Skylight and some features that could help your family as well. I was so curious about the Skylight calendar when it came out because we had been original Skylight owners with the Skylight frame. So my family got my grandparents one for Christmas. We saw it was so cool that it was this rotating digital frame, but it was on steroids to where we could give their Skylight email that is created when you set up your device to everyone in the family, and they could get all of these new updated photos from their kids. From us as the grandkids, we could be importing photos into it and emailing them over that were of the great grandbabies, and they absolutely loved having that sitting in their living room, scrolling and seeing that feature. And then I saw them coming out with the Skylight, and as the manager of the Skylight frame, I saw the Skylight calendar and I'm like, okay, I already love that, and I would have loved to have a frame myself. But this is a frame and a calendar, and it does all these other things that we're going to talk about. And I'm like, okay, this we might have to add to cart. It may be an add to cart kind of day. So I watched all kinds of videos about it and seeing all the content creators and people reviewing it and checking it out. And I'm like, this sounds really cool. I think we need one. So talked to the hubby and we were like, will we use this? Will we use this? Will we use this? We'll use this. Done. So we nailed it down and we got our Skylight. And that was seriously one of the first features that really drew me in was the photo frame and the calendar. The great thing about the calendar is it syncs with various online ones. So I could have my personal Gmail, I could have a calendar with that had the girls' schedules on it. And so like routines, we had their sleep routine on there of like when they snacked, when they napped, all these different things were on our Skylight calendar. And especially at that time, we were living with a family who were also helping out from time to time. And so it gave them a great way to see the girls' schedules. If I was out working, then they were able to do that. When hubby came home, he could see like the schedule and like where we were. If I'm like, hey, I've got to run out and go do a work meeting or go out and film or do something like that, then it was fantastic for keeping us all on track. It could sync with his work Outlook calendar. It could sync with a bunch of calendars online. Like I don't even know the full list. So you can check that out, but it is seriously so cool being able to see all of those things within one place, and was a huge selling feature for us is being able to have that command center right there. And it also, as your kids are getting older, kind of creates that autonomy in them of being able to check their own schedule, because everything is color coded, which is fantastic. So you can see those things if you are helping to care for grandparents. I've seen this work great for co-parenting situations. And so it can really work in a lot of different situations where multiple people need to know what a schedule is. I know for myself, I was helping when we lived with family, I was helping my mom take care and juggle some of my grandparents' doctor's appointments. And so having a special calendar that was on there and color coded for them and their events and their appointments was so incredibly helpful for our family. It just kind of made it a no-brainer to get one because of that feature alone. But then it also had the meal plan. So again, living with family, doing all that stuff, and it's still super helpful now, is being able to see that once you've made the meal plan. It's not on a piece of paper, it's not on a note on your phone, it's not scribbled on a napkin that you accidentally throw away or anything like that. It is actually up and where the rest of the family can see it. So you're cutting down on those, Mom, what is for dinner? Mom, what can I have? And even being able to kind of pre-plan snacks. We can do it of like, okay, you can have a treat like snack, like we can have some some fruit snacks at this one, but then this one needs to be a healthy snack and we got to pick a healthy snack. And so even working on that with our girls and helping them to make better food choices. Like there's so many things that the Skylight can do. And even that feature, we'll get into that. That one's got upgraded majorly, but just being able to see it and import our meal plan was huge for us when we pressed purchase. So I'm really excited about this new update. So we're going to talk about that one too. And then the fourth thing that made us really want to get our Skylight was the chores section on it. So it was amazing. We had it in our command center, which was actually in our kitchen. Having multiple people within the household, living with family, even without living with family, because I know that's not everybody's thing, but at the time we were. And so I can really speak to the fact that that was so helpful of keeping everyone on the same page, and communication is integral in any type of relationship, no matter what it is. And this really helped with communication with a lot of things because it kept things centrally located. But having that chores of things that needed to be done around the house and people could look at it and see those different tasks, it was great for working with our young toddlers at the time of working on, okay, we're moving from even transitioning from sitting in a high chair to sitting at the table for dinner. If you've ever made that transition, it's a milestone, okay? The fact that they have so much freedom, they have this whole the world is your oyster moment, and they just want to get up out of the chair all the time. So when they were little, we literally had on there, sit at the table for breakfast, sit at that table for dinner. And that was something that they got to check off the list. And it's like, hey, this is on your list. If you want to check it off and see the little confetti at the end of the day, you got to sit at the table for breakfast. And oddly enough, more times than not, it really helped to keep their little bums glued in their seat. Like it was a silly little thing, but it works. We are very reward people and it helps. So if that works for your kids, that was just one of the little features that helped us, as far as even myself being able to have my weekly cleaning routine on there and things that we needed to do. We would have on the checklist each week. On Wednesday, my husband at the time got paid on Thursdays. That was payday for us. And so we were like, okay, Wednesdays, we need to have a budget meeting. And so we had a little money date on both of ours that every Wednesday would pop up. But that was something that we needed to do. Any weekly tasks, like I would weekly wash our sheets or wash the kids' bedding or do different things like that. Having those that popped up on a special schedule was amazing. And then you could have things pop up daily. So that was huge for being able to keep that there and kind of centrally located. So again, it wasn't scribbled in a notebook that I had laying around somewhere. It wasn't in my phone where no one else knew that. It actually took some of the load off and was able to help because they could see the schedule. So that is another huge, huge thing. And then lastly, what has really impressed me as a Skylight owner for the last 2 years is Skylight's ability to listen. And I don't mean this thing listen. I mean the Skylight team listen. They are incredible. So there's actually a website and it's called roadmap.skylight.com. Let me set you back down. There you go. But it is a forward-facing website. I don't have that special access to this because I'm creating content. You have access to this too, and you can go on and it has everything from a list of features that they've already made live and all these updates and changes that they've made, which is at 37 in the last year and a half, by the way, which is absolutely incredible. And a lot of them are really huge changes and improvements. It also lets you know things they're working on and are gonna go live within the next time frame of weeks, months. And so that's really exciting to see. And there's also a tab where we can make requests, which is awesome. I don't know very many other brands that are actually listening to that feedback. So many companies just make a product and they're like, we're done, enjoy. But Skylight's literally listening to feedback. They're a small team, and so they are really listening and looking at every single one of those submit requests that come through. So anything that you're like, oh, I would love to see this, like they're getting ready to add Instacart to it. So your grocery list can be imported into Instacart and added to a grocery cart over there. And I'm like, that's so cool. But I'm a Walmart Plus member. Can you do it for Walmart? So I submitted a request for Walmart Plus integration. And I'm like, that would be amazing. They're doing Alexa. I'm a Google owner. We're on the other side. But I would love to have my Google to be able to to integrate with that. I'm like, that would be cool. But it's requests that you can put in. And I'm just excited to see what happens, because I feel like it was totally worth the investment, because they're not just leaving you hanging with those amazing features. Like, it was worth the spend when we got it. But the fact that they've kept this updated is what has made me such an excited member of the Skylight family and Skylight owners, that I literally wanted the Skylight Max and had it on my Christmas list, like I mentioned in the intro. One of my new favorite features that is a plus feature, and it's with the Skylight app, is importing recipes. You guys, it is the coolest thing. So when you are in the Skylight app, I'm gonna pop up a little screen record here so you can see exactly what I'm doing in my Skylight. You've got the Sidekick button here. So we're gonna tap that. It's got the little like stars emoji, because literally it is magical. So I feel like that is the perfect emoji for them to use for that. But with the Sidekick, it is like literally a magical assistant that is helping you get so much done. So you can import events for one, which is another thing. You can turn PDFs, emails, photos, and more into smart events. So say you're handed a birthday invitation, you could actually take a picture of it, tap that, take the photo, and it imports the event. It tells you where, it tells you when, it adds it to the calendar. And then the same thing if you receive an email with a schedule, say you've got a kid in sports and you've got your baseball schedule that was just emailed to you, you can send it to your device's special email that you create when you join your Skylight and set that up and get it activated. You can email it to that and include your child's name in the subject line, and it will add that to their calendar. If you have special things and activities going on with school, and one day is pajama day, and one day is purple day, and one day is blueberry day, and like whatever, like they've got all these crazy days with school. So you've got all of those things happening. You're gonna be able to have those included on the calendar and be able to see all of those different events and days and things that are going to be happening for your kiddos. So you can stay on top of that. If they have something that they're supposed to bring to school, or if it's treat day or whatever, that is really, really helpful. So I'm like, it sounds like actual magic. So that is cool. We've got an option for planning meals, which is one of my favorites, and we'll do that later because I need to meal plan. But what I wanted to show you is the import a recipe. So you can do this is you can add it from a cookbook, a website, or even grandma's handwritten recipe cards. I feel a little gypped because my grandma did not use recipe cards. It was all up here. So did Dean's grandmother. It was all like cooking from scratch. I've tried. She made the best chicken and stuffing at Thanksgiving, and I have a recipe that she wrote down, and she tried her darndest, but it just doesn't taste the same. And it's so sad. But that being said, you can import recipes. So I wanted to take you guys along and do this. So we're gonna add, this one is a snack. It was fun. I'm gonna paste in the URL. So we're gonna hop over to Safari, and I found this recipe online. It is Half Baked Harvest Christmas Monster Cookies, and they are so good. There's a few things I'm going to change and kind of personalize about the recipe, but the gist of the recipe is perfect. So I'm just going to copy that URL, come over here and paste it. We're going to allow the paste, and I'm going to go to next, and it's literally doing this. I'm going to send it to the Sidekick. And which is great because next time I go to make these cookies, I don't have to remember what was the name of that website. I don't have to look up Pinterest. I don't have to go to my Instagram saved folder of recipes and look through it and scroll, read through the life story, deal with all the pop-ups, like the whole thing. Like I love food bloggers, but if it's not a 27-year-long story about their life, you've not read a recipe yet. Like I feel like that is such a must-do thing. And then you've got all the pop-ups, and then it pops up and you were almost to the recipe. You've scrolled, you were right at the ingredient list, and then the pop-up happens and you bounce right back to the top of the page and you're doing it all over again. So the beautiful thing about importing it into the Skylight and being like, okay, Friday night is Christmas cookie night. We're gonna do it. So we've got this added, and then I can go to the Christmas Monster Cookies. I can tap that, and it's literally got my instructions and my ingredients all right here. So I can look at this, and anything that I want to personally change, like we didn't add the mini pretzel sticks because we don't really like those. So we're gonna just omit those, and that way when I give the recipe to someone, if they're like, oh hey, I loved that recipe, how did you make those? I can give them my modified version. that I made. And that's awesome because it's already there. I'm just going to the Skylight, I'm tapping the recipe that I want, and it's all right there. So I think that feature is absolutely amazing. And now we've got to do the other feature that I absolutely love, and that is the meal planning. So let's go along for that. Because I went to the grocery store and I didn't take a list, and I just bought stuff. And I don't know what we're cooking. So I need a meal plan. I'm a type A, I need my list, I need my plan. And the Skylight makes it so fast, and I can tell it, and it's gonna make a recipe and make lists out of everything. So let's do that, and let me show you its magic. But seriously, Mama needs to make a meal plan because we need to get this down. Groceries are expensive. I have stuff in my fridge and freezer that needs to be used. So I wanna make sure to get that on the grocery list so we can use it up before it expires. For this one, we're going back into the handy dandy Skylight app, and we're using the Sidekick once again. So I'm gonna tap on to that, and then that top right, plan meals, that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm gonna focus on dinner. You can go through and make meals for each and every type of thing. So if you are a family, you're like us, we now all work from home. So 4 people at home all the time. I feel like I live in my kitchen. And so being able to cut down on some of the time that I'm spending meal planning and grocery shopping and things has been a huge help. So I think I might actually be addicted to this feature. So I apologize if I am now creating you an addiction with using the Skylight Sidekick meal plan, but it's gonna save you time. So you're welcome, right? So for this one, we are going in and we're going to select, let's see, I'm gonna select all, and then I'm gonna remove Monday because on Sunday I will probably need to reset, buy some staples, do a little grocery shopping. So we'll plan the next week's meals that day. For us, we are feeding 4 mouths, and I'm going to have it generate recipes. So it can either generate new recipes, it can only use your existing ones. So ones that you've personally imported, that you've like tried and true, you know, like if you've got little kids, you're like, my picky eaters will eat these, that sort of thing. You can select those, or you can do a little bit of a hybrid of both a new and existing recipes. So literally, if you do generate new, it's going to pull all new and create all new recipes based on what you tell it. And so you can be as descriptive as you want, or you can be as basic as you want and just see what it does. I have found that I feel like the more specific you are, the better the meals you get out of it. So I just wanted to kind of throw that one out there as a little sidebar tip, but we're gonna do both new and existing recipes. And then I am going to have it to add it to the grocery list. That way I can see my list, and whether I decide this week that I'm gonna go shop in store, or if I sit down and use my handy dandy Walmart Plus subscription and order it to be delivered to the front door, it's all right there and it's already made an exact list. Plus it looks really cool on the actual Skylight and in the app. So I'll show you that in a second. But for this one, we are going to use the dictation feature on my phone. So I'm not sitting here typing. So we're gonna save even more time being able to speak to text. So let me show you what she can do. I'm needing meals for a family of 4 that's busy and on the go, picky eater friendly, and also a couple of crock pot friendly options. We have 3 pounds of hamburger meat that expires on November 1st. I have milk, eggs, salad mix, fruit, Velveeta cheese, baby carrots, shredded cheese, turkey bacon, cinnamon rolls, waffle mix, spaghetti noodles, macaroni noodles, 2 cans of white corn, 2 cans of cut green beans, 1 can of cream of chicken, 2 cans of baked beans, 2 cans of diced tomatoes, sweet onions, 2 16-ounce containers of beef broth, and 2 16-ounce containers of chicken broth, and whole garlic cloves. Okay, so I've now turned off dictation. I've put all that in. So I'm trying to use up, again, things that I already have. And this is what's great, is if you are creating a meal plan and you're wanting to shop your own pantry, this is huge. Oh, I'm also going to throw in that I have 1 pack of frozen stir fry mix, 1 pound of boneless, skinless chicken breast frozen. The thing is, I want to be specific with what I have because I don't necessarily want it recommending my bruschetta recipe when I have those tomatoes. I don't really want canned tomato bruschetta. We're picky, we're bougie. I'm like, I'm gonna get the Roma tomatoes, we're gonna slice them, we're gonna put them in the little dicer, and like, we're gonna make fresh bruschetta. We're not doing that mess. I'm not even Italian, and I'm like, we can't do canned tomatoes for the bruschetta. So we're gonna go in and now create the meal plan and let handy dandy Sidekick here do her thing, which is awesome. And I love that I can literally sit here, dictate this, and it takes me 2 minutes to read off or like speak off everything that we have and I'm wanting to use up, and it creates it. And here we are. This is awesome. So it's got dinners for every day. It's also added those things to a grocery list, which we can see like, okay, well, we have this, we have this, we have this, but and then other ingredients that we need, they're already there. So I can tap the go to meals button here on the app and it is ready to go. Crock-pot chicken and vegetable soup, because it knows all those things. I can tap on it. It's literally giving me a recipe. I've got 1 pound of skinless chicken breast, 2 cans of white corn, 2 cans of cut green beans, 1 can of cream of chicken, 2 garlic cloves, 32 ounces of broth, and salt and pepper to taste. Right there, all of my ingredients in a recipe. And it's literally telling me how to cook with what I already have. So if you're like, man, I need something, I need to cook something, I need an idea, you can do this for one night. You can do it for planning your whole meals right before you grocery shop. This is awesome. Hamburger and vegetable stir fry, 1 pound of hamburger meat, 1 pack of frozen stir fry mix, 2 cloves of garlic minced, soy sauce, olive oil, salt and pepper to taste. And it's literally telling me how to do this. I'm like, I love it so much. I've got a freezer ramen stir fry. So it's pulling from one of our recipes in which I need to go in and add this of like all the ingredients because I didn't even do that when I made the recipe. It was when you could first just label it and I don't even think they had the option to put in ingredients and instructions. So that wasn't a thing, I don't believe at the time. And so that's another improvement that they've made. So I need to go in and add that now that that's a thing. Friday, it's gonna be honey garlic chicken and veggies, which is great. So I can go in and it's pulling that recipe again that I already had. My monster cookie recipe from earlier is already there. So we're ready for movie night. We've got cheesy hamburger macaroni. Again, giving me all of the ingredients that I need to make it and how to make it. So I just think this is super cool. But also let me show you the skylight because now I can come over here and it's all on my dinner list so everyone can see it. And then we can also go over to the list button and it's got my grocery list, as you can see there at the tippy top. We've got that. It's got the soy sauce that I already had on my grocery list, but then it's got canned goods, it has condiments, it has dairy, it has frozen foods, all these things that I'm gonna need for those recipes. It's added it to it. So personally, I can go through and be like, okay, I have garlic already, I have onion already, and be able to knock some of those things off the list of things that I would need. I can cross-reference what I do need with what I have and be like, okay, these are the things I actually need to buy this week instead of buying a bunch of random stuff that the recipe calls for when some of it I actually already have in my pantry. And the nice thing about it too is as you're going through the grocery store, if you're an in-person shopper, this is game changing because it's got it sectioned out for canned goods. It has condiments, it has dairy. So you're not backtracking all over the store. When you come to that section, when you come to the frozen food section, you're ready to grab stuff. When you're over in the meat section, you can grab those things. And it is so helpful having that already organized for you. So instead of just being in alphabetical order or just being one big jumbled list, like your paper list when you're having to cross that off, you can actually see it. So this is so stinking cool and I absolutely love it. So I just need to repeat this process for our breakfast and lunch and I will have my entire set of meal planning done. And then just to show you the last little bit, we have the tasks set up. So we have myself, hubby, and then we have both of the girls here. I also have a YouTube one that I have listed here, as well as house chores. So just kind of to show you this one specifically, we have one that we use every evening. We like to go on a family walk. That's part of our evening routine, and we can add things to that as we would like to. We also have chores on here as well, and this is where we personally keep our kind of daily tasks that need to happen here to keep the house tidy, as well as our weekly kind of cleaning routine. So I have it set up to where it's each day is different, and we do a certain grouping of tasks each day to be able to keep the home tidy or work on keeping the home tidy. Obviously, we are humans, so sometimes it doesn't happen, but this is kind of how it is set up here for us, and I really, really like this. And then when you complete everything, it does have the full confetti screen. I'll show you with Bella's, which is super cute. Like there, we had pretzels, and it's so fun because each time it is different, and I cannot tell you how excited my kids get when they come to that at the end of the day, and it's so fun. It's different each time, and so they're like, what am I gonna get today? And super excited about it. Also, Skylight has been incorporating in, even with the little confetti emoji party there that they have at the end, is even seasonal ones. So we've been seeing pumpkins and corn. Like my little girl freaked out over a corn confetti the other day. She thought it was the coolest thing. And so got different little things like that they're just adding in for fun. And it's genuinely the little things that are so cool about it. But seriously, the Skylight calendar is the all-in-one digital calendar designed for modern family life. So if you want to check one out for yourself, I will have all of the sizes linked below in the description box, or you can scan this handy dandy QR code. If you're watching on a TV, just open up your cell phone, open up the camera app and point it at that, and a little pop-up will be there, and you can tap on it and go over. Check them out for yourself. But thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me. And end of the video club. If you own a Skylight, I want to know what your absolute favorite feature is about it. I think it's fun getting to hear from others that also own them and learning any more tips and tricks, because I already love mine, but I'm all for learning more ways that I can love it even more. But thank you again to Skylight for sponsoring the video, and I will see you guys right back here in the next one. Bye.